William Samoei Ruto has nominated Nelson Ingonga to replace the former DPP Haji into that very prestigious position. And this appointment is dividing Kenya Kwanza right in the middle, like many other appointments have always been, even though they are trying to seal, not to expose what is happening. It is indicated that Rigathi Gachagua had proposed one of the nominees that he really wanted to occupy that position. But William Ruto defied him for reasons that are not known, and he settled on Ingonga. This prompted me to look at Ingonga and why the president decided to defy his deputy, even though all of their supporters are members and shareholders. Allow me to delve into the CV and what might have prompted the president. Before we do this, if you're watching our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video so that YouTube can recommend it to many viewers, and you can also like it. Nelson Ingonga is a lawyer by profession. He was admitted to the bar in 2005. He has also been working as the Deputy DPP, Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions in Northeastern. And that tells you that he's got enough credentials and he's got full experience. But why exactly did William Ruto nominate him? I've got these 4 reasons why William Ruto decided to nominate him. 1, William Ruto has been accused of considering 2 tribes in most of these national offices. And if you look at the report of the Law Society of Kenya, it has always been argued that the Kikuyu community and the Kalenjin community dominate parastatals, heads of offices, and in every office that William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua has a hand, they have always dominated. So he wanted to break away from this because people were really waiting with bated breath. So he decided to, at least, I always call it hoodwinking, at least to show people that this time round he didn't settle for a Kale or a Kink. So he decided to give someone from the son of Mulembe, so that you will not accuse him of practicing nepotism. And we know that this will not change the fact that he has been nominating members of his community and that of his deputy. Number 2, you see, if you look at that selection committee, Kotu boss Francis Atwoli was given the privilege to sit there. He was one of the panelists, and many people feel that he helped influencing, because Atwoli ditched Raila Amolo Odinga and the Azimio, and he has been showering William Ruto with praises. Wetangula and the Chief Minister Musalia Mudavadi have also been seen to be trying to have a stake in the national cake. And so William Ruto wanted to show the Mulembe nation that he has them at heart. You've seen them when they go for Thanksgiving, ceremonies to the people they have appointed in office. They always showcase those members and tell them that because William Ruto loves them, they have been given a position. Recently, they were in Nyanza for a Thanksgiving ceremony of the PS Raymond Omolo, PS in the Ministry of Interior, and they were telling the Luo community that even though you didn't vote for William Samoei Ruto, he rewarded you. So according to them, giving someone a position is not done on meritocracy. Rather, it is a way of rewarding those who either supported them or those who are now leaning towards the government. And so William Ruto wanted to show the whole of the Mulembe nation, Musalia Mudavadi, that he's got a stake in this. Remember, Musalia, I think, comes from Kakamega there, and this guy, Nelson Ingonga, comes from Kakamega. And so very soon, in fact, after this appointment, you will see them organizing for an interdenominational prayer, come Thanksgiving ceremony for this Ingonga, and they will go there. Rigathi Gachagua will take that opportunity to show the Mulembe nation that William Ruto loves them, and that is the reason why they were given this position, even though he is not very pleased that this position went to them. So William Ruto also did this because he is looking for votes in 2027 and is really banking on the Mulembe nation, even though it has not been very easy for him. In fact, all of the Raila strongholds have not been a walk in the park. William Ruto went to Kisii, he was rejected. In Kakamega, it was not very easy. In the coast, it wasn't very easy. In Nyanza, Nyanza has been locked, and so he's trying all the means he can to at least attract Raila supporters, because he wants to displace Raila from those positions, even if it is for perceptional politics, because he's got the instruments of power. Then, talking about the experience, Ingonga is a lawyer, as I said. He was admitted to the bar in the year 2009. He's a man who has worked in this office. He's been working with the DPP. He was an assistant director of the public prosecutions. And this tells you that one of the reasons why he has been given this is because of the experience that he has and the academic prowess. Because you don't just give it to any other person. So he's really qualified, so that you will look for ways of trying to criticize this appointment. You will not have. He's not coming from Ruto's community, not coming from Rigath's community. He's also qualified. Unlike some of the appointments we have seen in the cabinet secretary, where some members of the cabinet have said that their academic prowess and experience are questionable. And sometimes we really understand, because they say it is due to maybe the background, they didn't have money to proceed with education. So this guy is well qualified. The last one is because of the system. You know, once you have worked in that position, there are a lot of secrets that they know. So William Ruto decided that instead of looking for a new person, for example, people like Danson Omari or other lawyers who had applied for this position, they were coming into this system as new people, very green. But you see, for Ingonga, since he has been in that capacity as assistant, then it means there are a lot of secrets that he knows. He understands the games, the rules of the games. You know, when you are a DPP, there are some high-level cases that should not even go to the public. There are several things that are being done chini ya maji, and they don't even come out in the public. And so I think when they sat down with the security committee, they decided that they give it to someone. This is like a status quo. Instead of looking for someone who's green in this, they sought to maintain someone who understands that it's basically the system, because the government has got dark secrets. I'm telling you. Because this guy his office, basically, if you don't look at his office is really responsible for a lot of dark, secrets. So they never wanted to get someone who will need a lot of training. Because if you bring someone who is new also, you have to train him. But for Ingonga, there will be no much training, because I'm sure at some point when Haji was not around, he was given the mandate to carry on. He could always stand in for Haji. And so because of the system issue, he was given this. And lastly, it might have been a recommendation from Haji himself. Haji who's now been elevated. He was looking for someone maybe who's loyal, someone who's consistent, someone who is diligent. And so among his staff, those who he has worked with very closely, maybe he thought this is the right man, because as the boss in that office, he knew who was carrying out his job diligently. So it could also have been his recommendation in his capacity as the former boss who understands Ingonga. And so even though this is breaking the UDA apart, if you ask me, I think Ingonga qualifies, looking at the experience. He's been there, looking at the qualifications academic-wise, and I think for political purposes, ethnic and regional balancing, it is something that we only need to give him a chance. But one thing that we must not forget to say is that all these public offices that are maintained by taxpayers' money have been compromised. zimewekwa mfukoni, there is a state capture, and so they are never independent. They're being used to intimidate. If you charge them to go and intimidate the first family, Kenyatta family, they will do that. Whether it is the police, the office of the DPP, our courts, whatever, IBC, all of them are under the pocket of the executive. And I don't think whether there are going to be, enormous changes, because this is a status quo. But again, let give him time to prove himself. And I know it is going to be supported in Parliament, because the name has been forwarded to parliamentarians, to the National Assembly and the Senate. I think they're going to debate, and this is going to pass. It is not even going to take a minute, because both the opposition and the government will rally behind him. And that